Hey guys, welcome to my page, Cook with Brett. I hope you all have a fantastic time and I hope you learn something. Now, just to give a quick brief description of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I hate chefs shows on TV, the fancy chef stuff. Some of it's good, but for the majority of it, it's not for the normal person like you and me, you know. We don't have all those fancy ingredients in the cupboard and like saffron and stuff. Like, boy, is that? I mean, the most exotic thing I've got in my cupboard is, I think, probably garlic granules. No, I tell a lie. I do have some mixed herbs. That's about as exotic as I get. One of the main reasons I'm doing this is there's a lot of people out there, from youngsters to adults, okay, that don't know the basics, you know, just simple cooking. There's going to be nothing fancy here on this page. It's all simple cooking with ingredients that most of us have in our cupboards, and it's all going to be really easy to do, okay? Like I said, there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to cook. I mean, there's, you know, youngsters that will venture out on their own and, you know, make their own decisions like we all did stupidly sometimes. And there's adults out there that unless somebody else cooks it, they don't know how to do it. There's single parents, there's guys, there's girls. This is for you, okay? I'm going to be showing you how to cook something really tasty for not much money, because I don't have much of it. So this is all, not necessarily budget cooking, but we're not buying anything expensive, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to do that, and today is no exception. We are doing Yorkshire puddings. Now the reason I'm doing this one now is I will be doing a video of how to do a full roast dinner, and included in that is going to be Yorkshire puddings. So I thought if I show you this first, I won't have to go through the entire thing when I do the full roast dinner. Now I'm not telling you how to cook, I'm not really teaching you how to cook, I'm just showing you how I do it. Okay, we're going to have some fun along the way, and it's all simple. Simple. I don't even have a chef's hat, so I might have to invest in one of those just to be cool. I don't have to worry about any hair falling in my food, because as you can see, it's falling out on my pillow. So let's get on and I'll show you what we're going to be doing. Actually, I wonder. Okay, so first of all, we need a tin to do these in. I call them a Yorkshire pudding tin, but they're not actually. I think they're actually called a muffin tin. Okay. If you need to go and buy one of these, try and get one as deep as you can. The reason is because we don't fill this to the top. We only fill it really about halfway, and so when they rise, because they're going up against the sides of the tin, it gives them their shape and curvature and all that funky stuff. Hopefully, anyway, that's the plan. This is not an exact science. I don't do much measuring either, so if you came here thinking this is going to be really technical, forget it. Also, if you came here thinking you were going to watch me cook something healthy, switch over to go somewhere else, because that's not going to happen either. So, you got your tin, okay? All you need, the 3 ingredients: eggs, chicken eggs. Try and get fresh ones. If you can, if you're able to go to a farm and you can see that they're running about the field, so that you don't have free range, get them. I'm not going to go into a big debate about free range eggs, but they're not always free range, okay? When you buy them from the supermarket. The free range ones do taste better, okay? Flour, plain flour. And when I first did mine, when I first left home, I think I was 17, And I tried to do that again. I tried to remember what my mum said about cooking Yorkshire puddings, because my mum taught me everything, right? She was awesome. And I used self-raising flour. Thinking raisin, you know, don't work. They stay flat. Don't ask me why, the mechanics of it all, I really don't know, but it's plain flour. And don't buy the most expensive stuff. I find the cheaper stuff makes better Yorkshires. And milk, which I've forgotten, it's still in the fridge. We use a lot of semi-skimmed milk, which is what I'll be using for these. But I don't know, I like full fat milk, if I'm going to be really honest. I think they taste better, but regardless, today we're using semi-skimmed, okay? So, let's start mixing the mix. Now, before we start making the mix, what we have to do is turn the oven on, because we need this thing to be hot before we do anything, okay? Now, I've got a electric oven, and I think mine actually goes up to about 250 degrees. I've never been that high. I put mine at 210, maybe 215. It's like I'm scared to turn this up, like Winston. We're going with 215 today. I don't know how that transfers into a gas mark 8 or whatever. Just whack it up high, right? Just do it as high as you can get it. Then what we need to do is we need to put the oil into the muffin tin. I'm using vegetable oil. You can use this, or you can use, what's the other one? Sunflower oil. Or you can just put a little lump of lard in. Just oil, right? Long as it's in oil that you're about to put in your car, you're good. Alright, so let's do that. Okay, so again, no measurements. We're just going to literally pour a little bit in so that we'll cover the bottom. Well, when it heats up, because it'll get thinner. And we just do that for every single one. Now, my great grandmother, Nanny Beaver, who was a legend in the kitchen, well, she was a legend, period. She never used to wash her Yorkshire tin. She'd just take them out and then just put them straight back in the cupboard. I'm not quite sure why. I never asked her. I should have, really. Maybe someone knows. Anyway, so the oil is in there. Okay. Okay. Now that the oil's in the tin, I'm just waiting for the oven to heat up. So I might as well start making the mix. Okay. Now, professional die-hard Yorkshire pudding makers will actually tell you when you're going to do these to go with a meal, do it the night before and put the mix in the fridge overnight, because it will thicken up. I remember doing it years ago, and I didn't think it made much difference, so I don't bother. But you can do that if you want to, but there's no need. Now, we're just going to put the eggs, the milk and the flour into here and mix it up. Little tip though, put the eggs into a bowl first. The reason I do that, and then I pour it in there, the reason I do that is because most of the time you'll end up with a bit of shell in there. Right? Now if you put it in there, that's a nightmare to get out. You know, you try and get a teaspoon and if you've ever tried that, it moves. Like you're chasing it around the thing. So put it in here, and that's easier to get the shell out, right? Like that. Like that. See the one-handed deal there? Don't try this at home, I'm a professional. But there's 3 bits of shell in here I've now got to get out. Come on! Yeah, I'm a professional, alright. Okay, so we have our eggs de-shelled. Straight in. 2 of them, alright? Now, this is the only bit of measuring I will do. It's just a standard thing. When I've got 2 eggs in here, and you have to put the eggs in first, then I'll put milk in until it comes up to 250 millilitres, right? Like that. Now, before I put the flour in, I am going to mix these up. Okay. Turbo power. Okay, that'll do. Right. The wife said to me the other day, we need a new mixer in the shed. Ripped apart, cleaned, oiled, greased. Now it's a beast. She just looked at me and said, only had £10 on eBay. Well, it's a tenner I've saved you. Go get some new pyjamas. Turn the heating up tonight. Treat yourself. Okay. So now we're going to put the flour in. Got a tablespoon here. Okay. No measuring. Heat spoonfuls. 2, 3, 4. That's it, we are done. And that's the kind of consistency you're looking for. Kind of runny, but not like water, you know? So let's just get the excess off there. Okay, right, we can just put that to one side for now. Okay guys, that's it. That's all the hard work done. Really was that simple, huh? Now you're going to wonder why you've never made your own. Don't buy the frozen ones. They're pants. They don't taste as good. The only thing about them is they're all exactly the same because they're done by a machine. And where's the fun in that? I want them all different shapes. Kids sitting around. How come he's got a risen one and mine's flat? Well, because he did the washing up last night, you didn't. Right, so we've got our tin with the oil in. Oven's piping hot now. We're going to put it on the hot shelf. Well, it is the hot shelf because it's the top shelf. Put it in there. Now, what we want is the oil to boil. We want it sizzling, almost smoking in fact. And the reason for that is that when we put the Yorkshire mix in, with that boiling hot fat, it starts to cook immediately that it touches the oil. The reason we want to do that is it stops the Yorkshire pudding from sticking to the tin. If you don't put that in there, if you don't heat up the oil, it sticks to the tin, and when you go to take your Yorkshire out, you can see through it because it's got no bottom. You'll just rip the bottom off. So there you go. Okay, while we're waiting for this to heat up, quick fun fact, the Bretsky fun facts, Yorkshire puddings. Now, originally the Yorkshire pudding, well you tell me, where do you think the Yorkshire pudding was invented? Come on, let's hear you. Did you all scream Yorkshire? You're wrong. Sorry, you're wrong. It's not actually, well, it's half true. The name Yorkshire pudding came from Yorkshire. The mix itself wasn't invented there. Quick story. The mix has actually been around for centuries. The batter mix has been around for centuries here in England. And in 1747, what they did was, in them days, they used to put a big hunk of meat in the oven on a grill, okay, and all the meat and juices and fat would drip down. So they incorporated a drip tray. Yorkshire pudding was actually originally called dripping pudding. And what they did is they decided to make good use of all this fat and juices that were dropping. So what they did was they made this batter mix and they put it in there. So that cooked with the meat. And what they used to do was they used to serve that up, because it didn't rise and be light and fluffy like what we're doing. It was kind of a flat, thick thing. And they used to serve that up as a first course. So it suppressed the guests' appetites, so they didn't eat so much of the delicious, expensive meat in the second course. How about that? Then about 10, 15 years later, some woman called Hannah, I think, made a book called The Art of Cookery, and basically in them days up in Yorkshire, which is further north in England if you're not from here, they were big with coal then, which made for a hotter oven, which made the batter mix more crispy. So she called it Yorkshire Puddings. So there you go. How cool am I? Don't you just love Google? Google is my friend. I love it. I spend all my time on Google finding out stuff. Do you know what I researched the other day? Because I've got two of them. Can goldfish do tricks? Okay. No, not quite hot enough yet, guys. Like I said, you want to smoke when you want it. Sorry, there's a fly in here. Hate flies. They didn't know how he got in. Got a scream. Anyway, we need... I got him. Did you see that? I was like Bruce Lee with nunchucks. Mr. Miyagi would be proud. Man who catch fly with tea towel. Can't polish anything. Let's fly away. I'm going to put this outside and then wash my hands. See you, bud. My dog just ate it. You are sick. Wow, what a day he had. First he got whiplashed. This big furry monster just kept holding him up. You're sick. Come and lay down. That's disgusting. Fly's gone to insect heaven. What am I talking about? That's got, what a concept, insect heaven. What happens? Do you go up to the little pearly gates, opens them and it's just to see a poo? Hey, he's just been eaten by my dog, he's going to come out with poo. Damn, that must be like a Viking's burial. This is a cooking show. Let's get this. Okay guys, the oven's hot enough. Got a clean tea towel, washed my hands. Alright, let's get this out. Okay, now do be careful guys, because this is scalding hot. So, here it's sizzling, cooking already. Now like I said, we're just going to go about halfway. Don't worry about that little trail, that'll just come off. And look at that, just the right amount. Anyone think I've done this before? We'll whack it straight back into the oven guys. Okay guys, now depending on how hot your oven is, these are going to take about 10 to 12 minutes, something like that. If you do want to look at them after about 7 or 8 minutes, because it is very tempting, go like this. really quickly, because if you let all the hot air out, they're just going to deflate. If you're one of those really posh people that has like an oven that's like chest height, so you can just stand there and watch it, I'm in awe and jealous, but I'm not. So I do a quick sneak peek just to see how they're doing. Alright, so we'll give it 10-12 minutes and then we'll pull them out and have a look. Alright guys, and now the time has come. It's time to check the Yorkshire puddings. Oh yeah, baby. Ha ha ha. Check them bad boys out. Let me bring you in here. Dun dun dun. Look at them. Could probably have done with a couple more minutes maybe, but they're perfect. I mean, they're just, see what I mean about the oil? Look, they just come straight out. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the little show. Hope you've learnt something. Please try this. Yorkshire Puddings Bretsky style. Do it. God, I love these things. Oh, just the best. Listen, comment below if you've enjoyed this. If you're watching it on YouTube, which you are, do it. Hit the like button, please. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Click the little bell so it tells you when the next video is coming up. Your support will help me to do more. If I don't get any comments and likes and all that, then I won't bother with it. So, if you liked it, please show some love. Show some love. Show some love. Show some Yorkshire Puddings. I want to see yours. Click your pictures on here. See you next time, guys. Oh.